Hello, Kazan the Moonshadow, also known as the nerdiest YouTube Yu-Gi-Oh name. Even for Yu-Gi-Oh, it's pretty nerdy. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to show you a new deck. It's called Pulsar FTK. If you don't know what it is, it's based on the newest monster from Dragonic Legion, which will be coming out in Japan in December. And basically, this card is pretty shitty, but it has an niche in basically FTKing, which is pretty fucked up. So, anyway, I will probably post. I'll put the card on the left side of the screen so you can read it. But basically, the gist of how this deck works is. That was the deck, by the way. Quickly, sorry, I didn't realize I'd be talking this. It would go that fast. But anyway, this deck is Pulsar when he when he gets sent to the grave. Mandatory effect, or not mandatory. It's a mandatory optional thing that it won't never miss the timing. You choose a level 5 or higher dark dragon monster, and special summon it. So basically, you tribute Pulsar with a Red Ice Darkness Metal engrave, revive the Red Ice Darkness Metal, use this effect to bring back a Pulsar, and you have pretty much a never-ending loop. This loop is, we love loops in Yu-Gi-Oh, so what do we abuse? We don't have mass drivers, so we go for the next best thing, Toon Cannon Soldier, go for the 500, and yeah, just keep going 500, 500, 500, and you win. Obviously, there are some drawbacks like Effect Veiler and Herald of Orange Light, but it's an FTK and it's so fucking consistent. I'll tell you that right now. This deck it's consistently gonna get you the FTK at turn 1 or 2. I mean, it's probably not gonna be like tier 0, but it's better than shit like Deep Dragon Drug Zodia. Like, it's fast. You just need a way to get. Well, it's not that good in the Effect Veiler meta, but anyway, the problem I had, this is the first game I had, I was facing another OTK build, I believe, but he had Momentary Truth, which is basically a cockblock, because although I could technically go off, as I have all the pieces in my hand, like I could FTK, if I went first I would have won, but since he used Truce I can't do anything because it stops effect damage, so I will have to wait a turn and hope that he doesn't use hope that he doesn't FTK me into that, he doesn't use Truce. And I forgot to set a card, and I did not want to lose it for the hand card limit. But yeah, luckily for me, he's running a really bad FTK build. It's something with Dark Mimic. I mean, I try to, when I'm recording these, I always try to get the match as fast as possible, because I don't want to waste your time, because the problem with this recorder thing is I can't really speed the video without having to wait for the end product. I think that's a waste of time, so I just go at normal speed, and normally it's pretty good, but the thing is, again, I usually pick the first person that hosts my battle. I always go for the highest ranking, but it turns out I keep getting scrubs. But anyway, enough of that. He used Truce again, which is fucking annoying. So yeah, what's there to say? I can't do anything again. So yeah, I guess in this case, I think I will. I don't even know what I did here. Oh yeah, lure. Because, yeah, there's not many targets for lure other than Cannon Soldier, Malefic, and Darkness Metal. I'll explain some of my tech choices later when I have free time. I'll actually explain it now. This guy's a fucking scrub. He won't do it. This is a joke of a match. Basically, the tech cards I'm running are Dragunity Acleus. Probably pronouncing that wrong. But basically, why I'm running it is because sometimes Consonance is dead in my hand, and I wanted to run 3 because it's so good. I mean, discard, draw 2. So, basically, Ravine, it was often dead as I would keep using it to, just dump cards, and I wasn't gaining any sort of, it's an egg one, but it's an FTK, so it's understandable. But sometimes, you want some consistency, so, again, I love consistency in my deck, so that's why I put in an Ackless, so that, when I have Ravine, I can search for it and, use it for consonants. So anyway, yeah, here I'm sort of tired of waiting to FTK, so basically I think I'm just going to start spamming dragons. This is another thing. If the deck doesn't FTK with Toon Cannon Soldier, you can swarm with dragons. Basically, some cool things you can do is, for instance, Pulsar, he can special summon himself from the grave by discarding 1 dark and 1 light from your hand, which is nice. And the way to special summon him is Chaos Sorcerer, BLS way is just remove a dark and a grave while he's in your hand. So he has 2 methods. I prefer the second one better because you don't like removing your stuff from the grave, you like them in there. But anyway, what you can do is stuff like get Red Eye's Darkness Metal, get Pulsar, normal summon Whitestone a Legend, he's a tuner after all, then you sync Whitestone and Pulsar for Ancient Sacred Wyvern, I will probably post it because it's an uncommon synchro. And after that, you get another Red Eyes Darkness Metal from Pulsar's effect because it does not miss the timing when you use it to sync. So again, you can win two ways. You can either win by just spamming dragons, or you can win with the Toon Cannon Soldier. So, oh, okay. By the way, just for the record, I use Toon Cannon Soldier because you can search him with Toon Table of Contents, and you will not believe how many people do not know that you can normal summon a Cannon Soldier without needing Toon World. It's just, see, one of the reasons I don't like using this deck a lot is because I swear to God, there are so many scrubs on this server. They just waste my time, 20 minutes trying to explain to them that, you know, you can use Toon Cannon Soldier normal summon. But anyway, yeah, the reason why I haven't been really commentating on this specific duel is because this was kind of a waste of time. This guy's pretty bad. So yeah, this is where I just go into Dragon Beatdown mode. I think the next duel you'll get a good sense of how the FTK operates, because I think the next duel is where I go first, and you know. But yeah, again, it's not the best deck. I mean, Effect Veiler, Herald, Maxi. Although you know, you may be wondering why would Maxi stop you? It's the fact that while they're drawing all these cards, they're eventually going to draw a Veiler, and the Veiler's going to stop your Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and yeah. But yeah, the only way around really Effect Veiler and Herald of Orange Light is you need the monster reborn so that you can just tribute the monster that was Veilered and then revive it back and then continue the process. But like, again, there are ways around Veiler, I have to say. Like, you don't instant lose if they have Veiler. So yeah, it's probably the best FTK deck at the moment, I would have to say. Like, really nothing comes deep draw, any Exodia, any what am I going to say? Anything like what am I trying to think of? I can't even think of an FTK deck. Oh yeah, Magical Explosion, shit like that. You know, it doesn't come close to this. Oh yeah, you're gonna like how I won this duel. Basically, I figured since he was using that scrub ass card, Emissary, whatever, he was using some form of Exodia deck. So anyway. Yeah, I figured he didn't have a way to revive it once the Exodia piece got sent to the graveyard, and as you can see I have a card destruction in my hand, so yeah, spoiler alert, I use card destruction and he basically scoops. So yeah, while we can wait for that, I guess there's not much to say about this deck. Here, I'll tell you quickly, when I made this deck, I knew about the FTK, like I didn't invent that, I'll tell you that right now, I just saw it on the forum, Duelist Grounds, but anyway. My deck basically I made myself. Like how can I achieve achieve this game state of Pulsar in the grave, Red Eyes Darkness Metal in grave, and Toon Cannon Soldier? How can I get that the fastest possible way? And that's basically how I made my deck. And I just went for a three engine sort of. You have the Ravine engine. Ravine is excellent. This is like it's five more Foolish Burials with terraforming. Okay, that duel ended. While we're getting another one, I'll keep talking. The Deep Draw Dragon. You run 3 Consonants and 3 Trade-in. Get your shit rolling. And yeah, basically what you want is you want to get Pulsar in the grave, and you want to get a Darken Light in your hand. Once you do that, you discard the Darken Light, most likely a Darkness Metal or an extra Cannon Soldier, because you will draw multiples of Toon Table of Contents. So discarding the Cannon Soldier is not bad at all. So, yeah, just get a Light and Dark in hand, dump a Pulsar with Ravine, dump a Red Eyes Metal, or have one in hand ready to get sent to the grave, and yeah, you win. Just, that's it. Dump a Pulsar, and have a Light and Dark in your hand, or, yeah, we'll see, we'll go over this duel right now. This is a good example of how I'm going to achieve this. So, as you can see, I have a Toon Table. Now, normally what you do in Exodia decks is you want to discard all your Toon Tables because you want to thin out your deck. But in this case, okay, well, I do it now, but normally what I do is I would only use one Toon Table, because when you draw into the second Toon Table, sometimes you'll have situations where they Veiler your Cannon Soldier, so the first one will die. So it's good to just keep your Toon Tables for a backup Cannon Soldier, or Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. As you can see, I run that too. It's just a great way, you know, if you have a Trade-in hand, you don't really, and you can't FTK just go for the Blue Eyes Tune to get things rolling with trading. You know, you'll draw into another Toon Table or a Toon Cannon Soldier. So, yeah. So, actually, this is another where I kind of messed up the FTK. In this situation, I did not really need to use Trading, but I got lucky and drew another light, so it did not matter. But yeah, as you can see, this is pretty much over. But yeah, you'll see how what I mean. So again, the game state you want to achieve, I'll put like some steps maybe. Pulsar Engrave, Toon Cannon Soldier, and a light and dark in hand. And if the dark in your hand is Red Eyes Darkness Metal, then you do not need it in the grave. But if you do not have a Red Eyes Darkness Metal in hand, then you need to have it in the grave, which I will be doing now. I believe I dump Darkness Metal here. And as you can see, again, this is not the best example because I kind of screwed up. And yeah. So yeah, that's what I did. I searched for Atlas because I fucked up. I did not have 2 darks in hand, so the FTK will not work. So again, that's good. Just get the Axe, and there you go. Once you Monster Reborn again, my Monster Reborn just shoots a monkey wrench in that game state, and that it can just speed up things so fast. But anyway, I do not have Darkness Metal in the grave, so I will have to wait a turn to perform this FTK. Basically, all I have to do is I have to get Ravine ready, and I have to... Yeah, I just gotta get Ravine, dump the Darkness Metal, and then I win. So, unless he can stop the Ravine or kill me this turn, I am the victor. And let's see what he does. He has 13 cards in his extra deck. That is not boding well for him so far. Again, this is just one. I'll post more, I'll show you some more better bread and butter FTKs. Like, these are like weird ways I win, you know, where I usually wait. This deck, I'm telling you, it wins turn 1 and 2. So again, he just passed, and that is not good for him because he is done. And as you can see, I will, Ravine. Just check in what I have in my grave. I got the Pulsar ready. Again, Pulsar, outside of the FTK, he's not that good. I mean, he's a beefy beater. It's like he has 2 cool ways of getting summoned: the Blackluster Soldier way and the other weird way. But yeah, by the way, if you're thinking of using him like Machina Fortress, he does not operate like that. In order for him to operate like that, the cost has to be the same way for the grave and hand, and he has 2 different costs: one that banishes and one that sends. So not too big a deal. But anyway, yeah, here we go. Cannon Soldier, it will burn for 500 there. Burn the Pulsar, revive the Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and rinse and repeat until you achieve desired results. So yeah, this is just sort of like an introduction, even though it was a kind of crappy introduction, but I will post more clean FTKs of how this deck operates. Again, it's a fun deck, try it out if you want, but have fun dealing with the idiots who constantly protest. I'm telling you, when people realize you get a loop going, they will try any kind of ruling they can get their hands on. They'll be like, you can only use Red Eyes' effect once per turn, it says on the card. And it's hard to explain to them that once it goes to the grave and comes back, that sort of thing resets. Or that Toon Cannon Soldier needs Toon World, which is very common. You will not believe how many people think Toon Cannon Soldier needs Toon World. Anyway, yeah, look forward to more videos about this deck, and subscribe.